She said she the one, I bet she thinks she is.
Hello everyone. A couple months ago I posted a video titled How I Edit My YouTube Videos in Premiere Pro. There were a few questions that I wanted to answer with this video, so this one will kind of be more of like a Q&A type feel. I wanted to show you more in depth how I edit in Premiere and other ways that I incorporate a unique style within my YouTube videos in Premiere Pro. To start out, I want to show you how I made this intro that was in the video called How I Made Bank During Quarantine. So let's play it real quick and then we'll talk about it from there. The first question we're going to touch on that you asked is how I make borders in Premiere. So all I did was I searched on Google and typed in white background PNG or whatever, JPEG. I have a whole folder called colors. It's literally a bunch of screenshots that I found of colors that I like, and I just save it all into one folder so I can use it for things like this, and it's super, super handy. I grabbed my off soft white, I titled it, and brought it into here, into Premiere, bring it down underneath the video. So that's what this is right here. And then I just scale it all the way up. So this is at 75, this needs to be scaled above 75. That's what gives it this background. So I'll give you another example of that. If I wanted to do that to this video right here, I'm gonna drag this out. I'm gonna click Option and drag this out to duplicate it. Option is a great hotkey so you don't have to remake every single clip. Just select the clip that you wanna duplicate, hold Option down and drag it over. Okay, if we're looking at this right here and I wanna create the border, since this is a portrait video, we'll scale it down to 25. And say I want a blue background. I'm gonna drag this blue down here. I'm gonna put it under the video layer underneath so we know that this is going to be the first layer. Now you see that the blue is kind of shining through a bit right here, but we want it all the way to the edges. Under Effect Controls, we're going to look at Scale and drag this all the way up to when it reaches the edges of the screen. And there we go. And now when we play it, it's a nice little video zooming into the Value Village sign. So there you go. That's how you do the border. The next question is how I add text. So to start out, if I wanted to add a text on here, all I'm gonna do is go to File, New, Legacy Title, click OK. And now we're just gonna click anywhere on the screen and type How I Made Bank in Quarantine. Okay, now I'm gonna select the whole text, and to center it, there are two buttons right here. It's your X axis and your Y axis. There you go, now it's centered perfectly. Now say I want to change the color, but I kind of want it to match what's going on in the video. So I'm gonna click my eyedropper tool. I'm gonna kind of play around, see what looks cool. So say I want it at this green right here. Say I want a border outside of this because it's kind of difficult to read with the green on my shirt. I'm gonna go down and I like to use outer strokes. And then I'm going to either make it thicker or make the size bigger or smaller or however I like it. It's kind of cool thick, to be honest with you. That looks pretty cool. Let's leave it at 17. We're just gonna exit because it's right here. And then all I gotta do is drag and put it on top of the video because we want it layered at the top. You want it to be visible. So there you go. I think that looks super good. How I Made Bank During Quarantine. I think even that border is really nice. That kind of a thick border outside of How I Made Bank in Quarantine. I really like that. So that's how you make titles. Now let's bring in, whoops, shameless plug. I did this in Photoshop, which I also made a video about, so go ahead and check that out if you want to learn about how I made this. So as you can see, I just brought it into Premiere. We're gonna look at just this clip itself, and I don't like the black background at all. So I want to bring in maybe like a little mustard background looks good. So let's go into my colors. That's why it's really nice to have a colors folder handy because you can always choose between how many colors you want. Effect Controls, expand this. That looks pretty cool. So now I'm playing this video back. That's super boring. Nothing is happening. I want to move. I want to see myself kind of move around. It's a video. It's not a picture, you know? Let's show you how to do that. I've selected the figure 1, which is what I titled this image of myself. Now position is gonna be your best friend. Your keyframes are gonna be even better friends. To start out, let's just make a keyframe of where it's at. I'm just gonna zoom in right here a bit. Okay. Now that I've just placed a keyframe right at the beginning. I'm gonna click play and just let it run a couple seconds. And then I'm going to make another keyframe. And I just made it by moving my position over to the right. So I moved it a bit. Okay, cool. Now let's play it again. Let's move my y-axis down. Let's play it again. Move this over to the left. Play it again. Move this up. Play it again. Move this to the right. Play it again. Move it down. And I kind of usually like go in this like little rectangle, circle, square type thing, because then I kind of move. I've just placed a few keyframes, which it's probably not gonna look great. I'm gonna play it and show you what it looks like. Already so cool. Oh, so cool. I love it. I love that like I'm moving really subtly and it kind of looks like I'm floating. That looks awesome. And that's how I get creative within my intros, is because I do keyframes and I kind of move it around to make it feel very like I'm floating, and it kind of catches your eye. Come on. That's why you're here. Okay, I wanted to show you another example of using keyframes in a fun way. In this same video, How I Made Bank During Quarantine, I was talking about my tripod and how the brand is called size. And I added a little funny clip of a bee, because I was spelling it out and I said B-E-E. And I inserted a clip of a bee and then found a bee buzzing sound effect on YouTube and made this fun little clip, so check it out first. B as in B-E-E size. If I click this, which is the B, there's a ton of keyframes. And that's why I say like, you gotta make keyframes your best friend and kind of just have fun with it. So what I did was I did the exact same thing with position. I added a ton of position keyframes and then rotation to make it look like the bee was flying around like this. But it was just all in the rotation. I rotated it from here to here to here to here to here to here. You get the point. I'm gonna erase all these keyframes and show you how I did it. So now we have the bee right there. Okay, so to start out, I'm gonna bring the bee over here to make it out of frame. And that's your keyframe 1. I'm gonna play the video for a sec. Keyframe 2, I'm gonna bring the bee in frame. There it is. And now I'm gonna add a rotation keyframe. Now I'm gonna rotate the bee to go down. He's gonna fly down now. So now let's move this around. Play it a bit, move this down. Play it a bit, make the rotation go a little bit more straight now. Play it a bit, move the bee this way, because now it's flying this way. Play it a bit, move this keyframe down. Now we're gonna rotate the bee even more down. Now it's angling like it's gonna get out of frame. Play it a bit more. We're gonna bring the bee now this way, and now I want the bee to fly up, so I'm gonna rotate it this way. Fly a little bit more, rotate it this way. Now we're going to rotate it up, play a little bit more, rotate it up, or move it up. Now I'm gonna rotate it to the left, because now he's gonna fly out of frame. Play a little bit more, and now we're gonna make him fly this way, and flies. I'm not even kidding. The letter U, B as in B-E-E, size. But it's great. Now you understand how to make a bee fly. The next thing is someone wanted to know how to make 2 videos onto one screen. Okay, here's a good example. I'm gonna select these, option to duplicate it, drag it out over here. I don't want this here. So I have 2 videos here. If I want to put 2 of them side by side, all I'm gonna do is I noticed that this video is already scaled down to 25. I'm gonna move the position over to the left here. And now I'm gonna bring this other video on top of it. We can just drag it out to match it. So now you're like, okay, what the heck? Where did my other video go? It's right here, don't you worry. It's just right under it. So what you wanna do to be able to see it is scale this down to 25% as well. Perfect, we're really close. The last thing you gotta do is just bring this over to the right. And there you have it, 2 videos. But now you're like, I don't want this damn black background on here. Okay, let's go to our colors. Maybe I want a pink background this time. What do? We bring it underneath everything. Make this clean. Now where is it? It's right there, but it's so small. What are we gonna do to fix it? We're gonna scale it up to meet the edges. Oh, would you look at that? Really cool. Now, what if I wanted to add a text on top of that? New legacy title. But maybe I want to make it look a little unique. What can we do? How do we do it? Let's try this. T, enter. H, enter. I just centered it. Let's make it center aligned as well. Okay, that's cool. What else can we do? Maybe let's make this match the blue on my shirt. Outer stroke, and maybe I want this to be white. What did we just do? We just made that look so cool. Okay, now let's bring this on top of everything. Okay, now look at that. I think that looks so good. Boom, 2 videos side by side, playing with a text in the middle. That's really cool. That'll give you a really good touch to the intro of your video. And really grab your audience. That is so key, especially in our generation. We have the attention span of a, that's why I always make my intros between 5 to 10 seconds. And I try to not go past it ever. The reason for that is because no one wants to sit down, click a video. They don't want to wait 2 minutes to see what the heck is going on in the video. They want to hear the intro, and then the next 10 seconds, they want to see you start the video. Keep that in mind, because that's super key within starting YouTube videos. Okay, this looks great. So we covered borders, keyframes, sound effects. We actually covered quite a bit. I think that the only last question that I saw was how to edit your workspace and how to create a panel like this. So up here, it's titled Connie, because that's actually my name as it turns out. I really like my layout. That's why I saved it, so I can always open up Premiere and it'll always open up to this. Okay, what if I wanted this down here? That looks awful. What the heck is happening up here? So just move around, move this up. Now what? What did I do? Well, just play around, move it around, see what you like. So to create yours, make it like this if you want. I have my effects down here, my project up here, effect controls, everything is up here, my source, and then my sequence and my timeline is down here, and my playback is up here. So you can literally copy that exact layout because it's really nice, if you like it, of course. Then the only thing you gotta do to save it is you click Save as New Workspace and title it your name or whatever you wanna title it. That's why mine is titled Connie. So save as new workspace, boom, Connie, save. And then there you go. Every time you open up Premiere, you'll save it to exactly where you want it. And that way it's super clean and it's fresh. And then when you open it, you don't have to worry about like resetting the changes to how you wanted it. So there you go. There's the way that I do it. I think it's really nice. If you have any other questions on how I edit in Premiere Pro, please comment them down below because I'm gonna make this a series and we're gonna go ahead and answer every question that I see in depth as best as I can, so that way you guys can see exactly how I edit and do the same thing for your videos. There you go. I hope I broke down Premiere in an easy, uncomplicated way for you. That's my whole goal within these videos. So if you liked it and if this helped you out, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another new video.